Hello students, welcome to my channel. We continue with chapter number 4 of geography, weather and climate. Let us see what are the different elements of weather. What are the different elements of weather? You can see temperature, air pressure, winds, moisture, precipitation. These are the elements of weather. Temperature, air pressure, winds, moisture and precipitation. We are going to understand each of them in detail. Temperature. The earth's surface gets heated from the sun. As the surface gets heated, the air closer to the surface also becomes hot. Okay, first the layer of the air which is closest to the earth will become hot because of the heat of the sun. This will be followed by the next layer. So, next layer will now become hot. Then the heat will be passed to the third layer and slowly the heat will go upwards. But do you realize, student, that the layer which is closest to the surface of the earth will be the hottest, and as we go up, the temperature of those layers of the air goes on becoming less. So when we move away from the sea level, can you see that blue part is the sea level? As we move away from the sea level means as we move above in the altitude, in the height, as we climb the mountain, as we go higher and higher from the sea level, the temperature of the air decreases. I hope this part is clear. Let me explain once again. When the earth becomes hot because of the heat of the sun, the layer which is closest, layer of the air which is closest to the earth will be the first to be heated. Then the same heat it will pass to the next layer. Second layer after becoming hot will give the hotness, temperature to the next layer. So in this way slowly heat rises up. But you will have noticed by now, or you will have understood by now, that the layer closest to the earth is the hottest layer. And as we move above the earth's surface, as we move to a height, the temperature of the air goes on decreasing. Similarly, here you can see different layers are shown. Layer which is closest to the sea level will be the hottest, and as we are moving away from the ground level or the sea level, the temperature decreases. So also the temperature goes on decreasing away from the equator towards the pole. In the previous chapter we have seen that equator or the storage zone, which is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, receives perpendicular rays of the sun, and you know that perpendicular rays of the sun are very hot. So near the equator the temperature will be high, and as we proceed away from the equator, that is as we go from orange area to the greenish and the blue area, the temperature will become lower and lower. The temperature will reduce. Is it clear? So temperature changes with height and temperature changes with latitude. If we move away from the equator, as the latitude increases, temperature decreases. As the height increases above the sea level, the temperature decreases. So the temperature is clear. We move to the next one, and that is air pressure. Next element of weather is air pressure. Now we know that air has weight. Can you see, if there is so much layer of air above the earth, this air must be having weight. As a result, this weight creates pressure on the earth. This is called as air pressure. If there is different layers of air above the earth's surface, this air having weight will also have pressure, and this pressure of the air is called as air pressure. Now the lowermost layer will be subjected under the pressure of the above layers of the air. So the pressure will be highest at the lowest level of the air. I repeat what I said. The lowermost level of the air will be having more pressure of the upper layers. Hence, the density of the lower layer of the air increases That means air pressure is more at the sea level, and as we move ahead in height, the air pressure decreases. There is greater air pressure near the surface of the earth and it decreases with the height. That is why air pressure on the mountains will be less. This is vertical air pressure. This changes also occur in horizontal manner and this gives rise to winds. I hope air pressure is clear. Air has weight, and if there are different layers of the air, these layers will be exerting pressure, and this pressure is called as air pressure. So the layer which is nearest to the earth's surface will be having highest air pressure or the greatest air pressure, and as we move in the height, the air pressure decreases. We come to the next element of weather. One more picture. Okay, can you see here the dots are very close. These dots represents the air molecule, and as the height increases, the dots are scattered, which shows that air is less there. So the pressure of that air will also be less. So more pressure near the earth's surface, and above the earth's surface the pressure is less. Next element, wind. In this picture, students, you can see cold air is shown as having high pressure and warm air is having low pressure. And can you see the direction of the wind is from high pressure towards the low pressure. So wind is nothing but moving air. And where does or in which direction does this wind moves? It moves from high pressure to the low pressure, that is from cold air to the warm air. Let us read what is written in the textbook. Air starts moving from high pressure towards the low pressure area in the horizontal direction. This moving air is called as wind. So defined wind will be moving air. Air moving from high pressure to low pressure is called as wind. And wind always blows from, this can come for fill in the blanks, moves from dash to dash pressures. What should you write? Wind moves from high pressure to the low pressure. Now the speed of the wind. Okay, now the wind can be a light wind or it can be much stronger wind also. Now the speed of the wind, the intensity of the wind depends upon difference in the high and the low pressure. If the difference between high and low pressure is not much, mild winds will be blowing, pleasant mild winds. But if the pressure difference increases, high pressure is very much high, low pressure is too low, strong winds will be blowing. And strong winds can lead to hail, hurricane, cyclone, which we will be seeing in detail later on. We come to the next element, that is moisture. Temperature contains water vapor. Can you see the water in the water bodies is continuously evaporating. And where does this evaporated water goes? It is there in the atmosphere. And what do we call it as? We call it as water vapor. The air that gets greater amount of water vapor is called as humid air. So the air which has more water vapor will be called as humid air. So now you must be knowing what is dry air. Air which will be having less water vapor is called as dry air. So people who are living near the sea coast, continuously the water of the sea is evaporating, so that water vapor content, that moisture will be there in the air. So the air near the sea coast is always humid. Humidity of the atmosphere is called moisture. So what is moisture? The answer is this. The humidity in the atmosphere is called as moisture. I hope this part is clear. Let me explain once again. Continuously, because of the heat of the sun, the water is getting evaporated. It is getting converted into water vapor. Air containing water vapor is called as humid air, and humidity in the air is called as moisture. Now the proportion of the moisture depends upon the temperature. More the heat, more water vapor it will be containing. More water vapor the air can hold. As the heat is more, there will be more evaporation. So more evaporation leads to more water being converted into water vapor. So there is a relation between increase in the temperature and increase in the proportion of moisture. There is a direct relation. air has higher temperature holds a greater amount of moisture. More hot, more will be the moisture. That is why students, you will be having a lot of sweat, okay, in the hot afternoon. As the temperature is more, moisture is more, it will lead to formation of more sweat. Formation of sweat we will be seeing in detail in the science chapter. But is it clear that higher the temperature, more water vapor or more moisture the air can hold? We move on to the next element, and that is precipitation. Now this water vapor, okay, we have seen what is water vapor. Water is being continuously evaporated from the water bodies. This water vapor in the air rises up. It forms cloud. When the cloud condenses, it will convert again into water droplets or snowflakes, and it will start showering. I repeat once again, you can see in this picture that water is being continuously evaporated from the water bodies. This evaporated water vapor has formed clouds. This cloud condenses and it converts again into water droplets or snow particles or snowflakes. This is called as precipitation. This falling down of rain or snow is called as precipitation. Now precipitation can be in the form of rainfall, it can be in the form of snowfall or even hailstone. Okay, we move ahead. Weather is described on the basis of condition prevailing at a given time, while the climate is described on the basis of condition prevailing over a long period of time. So this can be a distinguishing point between weather and climate. Weather is condition at this particular time at this particular place. Okay, it is short-lived. Whereas climate is the weather condition prevailing over a longer period of time. We have seen that scientists have made an observation over a greater period of time, and then they have come to their conclusion. So weather is prevailing condition at this particular moment, and climate is observation over a longer period of time. Weather keeps changing frequently and we can experience the change easily. It wasn't raining few minutes ago, now it has started raining. So can you see weather has changed within few minutes, and you can very easily make out the change in the weather. But the change in the climate takes place over a long period of time. For the summer season to come, it will take a longer time. If rainy season is going on, the next season to come will not be immediately after few hours or few minutes, but it might be after few months. So it is taking a longer time. So weather changes frequently, climate takes a long time to change. These are not perceived easily. You cannot make out very easily the change in the climate, but change in the weather you can very easily make out. Next paragraph, latitudinal position. Excuse me. Latitudinal position, height above the sea level, nearness to ocean, oceanic current, etc. are the factors that influence climate. Some of the factors that influence climate is latitudinal position. Remember student, we have seen the picture of different latitudes. Perpendicular rays are hot, so higher temperature. As we move away from the equator towards the polar area, the temperature decreases. So latitudinal position plays an important role on determining the climate of a place. Also, height above the sea level. If the place is near the sea level, of course the pressure will be more, the temperature will be more, and if it is away from the sea level, if it is above the sea level, temperature as well as pressure will be less. Nearness to ocean. Now if the place is near the ocean, the climate there will be hot and humid. Okay. And oceanic current. Oceanic currents are the flow of the water inside the ocean. Okay, now this oceanic current can be hot or it can be cold. In higher standard we are going to see this. If a hot current flows near the coastal area, it will be affecting the climate there. But if a cold current flows, cold oceanic current flows near the coast, Okay, it will be keeping the temperature of that coastal place cold. Okay, besides this, mountain ranges, types of land, local winds are other factors that influences the climate of a region. Now, use your brain power. Which occupation will you practice in cold region? Now, if I'm in the cold region and if I want to start my business, I will be selling hot drinks, maybe tea and coffee, okay, or maybe I will be selling woolen clothes. Okay, so my occupation in the colden region, in cold region, can be selling tea, coffee, okay, can be selling woolen clothes, etc. Which occupation will you practice in hot region? In hot region, I will be selling cold drinks, cold lemonade, cold other cold drinks, even cotton clothes I can sell in that area. Let us move ahead. Do you know the climate affects the entire living world in different ways? Life mostly thrives in the region which have a conducive climate. Climate also influences the diet, shelter, etc. of the living things. Now, climate plays a very important role. Everybody is affected by the climate. What you wear, what you eat, type of your house will all be determined on which climate is there in your area. The distribution of the water on the earth is also a controlling factor on the climate. Okay, student, I hope the lesson is clear. Thank you.